Welcome back to Nintendo Academy, and you're watching another episode of Nintopic News, where we're talking about a possible Nintendo Switch Pro attached to Breath of the Wild 2 and a PlayStation game coming to the Nintendo Switch. Subscribe. Alright, so let's get into the first Nintopic here at Nintendo Academy. No, the first Nintopic has to do with the PlayStation game coming to the Nintendo Switch. I think on the 28th or the 26th, on the 20-something. It's coming to the Nintendo Switch. And this game that is coming from PlayStation over to the Switch is Bugsnax. It's a really weird name to kind of pronounce. Bugsnax. Try saying that name 3 times very fast. So the charming PlayStation game Bugsnax is heading to the Nintendo Switch family of systems and other consoles this month. Development studios Young Horses has said that the first-person adventure game where you collect bugs will be available on the 28th of April on the Nintendo Switch eShop. The game comes complete with the Isles of Big Snacks update. Pricing has yet to be confirmed. Bugsnax will also be available, of course, on Xbox and PC with Game Pass if you have that subscription. So yeah, this PlayStation game is now coming over to the Nintendo Switch, and it's Bugsnax. Bugsnax. Bugsnax? Are we giving bugs some snacks, or is it Bugsnax? Yikes. And for today's main story, a lot of developers have taken a closer look into this Breath of the Wild 2 trailer, and they have determined one thing and one thing only. What was that, developers? This game looks way too good and way too polished in order to be played on the regular Nintendo Switch, giving the idea that the footage that we just saw is in 4K resolution and is being played on a higher resolution Switch with more horsepower. Yes, that's the best way to describe it. Horsepower. So this is leading a lot of people to speculate, and here this news comes to us by GameSpot.com, and this is what they said. Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 speculation provides a glimmer of hope for a Switch Pro. The recent Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 trailer looks a little too good to run on the Nintendo Switch in its current hardware. Apparently, some gaming tech experts think that the recent gameplay footage of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 might look a little too good for the Nintendo Switch current hardware. They took a look beyond the details of the game and the resolution, and they came to a conclusion that there could be a possible Switch Pro coming in the future, and basically this could be a reason why Breath of the Wild 2 was delayed. Now, let's jump over to the Nintopic discussion part of the video, and I'm going to go ahead and continue to talk a little more about this to give you a little bit more of what I think is happening in this entire, pot of goodies and messes and stuff. So, Nintopic discussion time. So, apparently, yeah, these people have figured out, stating that the resolution for the game Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 is a little bit too much or too high in order to be run on our Nintendo Switch as it stands today. This could be basically because it's not running on a Nintendo Switch. It could be running on their official software or gaming engineering computer thingy where they built games, and they just went ahead and just grabbed some footage from that and exported it to a resolution video instead of game to give us this trailer. That could be one option. Or this could be a capture game from an actual better hardware with better resolutions, better specs, more horsepower. But there is one problem with that, is that Breath of the Wild 2, when it comes out, do you think Nintendo will not put it on the Nintendo Switch Lite, or on the Nintendo Switch, or on the Nintendo Switch OLED? You think they're going to make it an exclusive 4K Switch game? I believe not. Why? Because, hello, can you imagine the riots? Can you imagine the anger? Can you imagine Twitter? I don't even want to go there. I don't want to go there. And that's why I kind of not completely debunk this, but kind of stating that this is running on a 4K Switch. It's not really, I'm not buying it, just because I know that Breath of the Wild 2 will be available across all platforms when it comes to Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo Switch lineup of games. Will there be a Switch 4K edition, Switch Pro? Well, we'll just have to find out and see. I feel like there will be one, and I think Nintendo did have the want and the need to create one, but because of the chip shortages, they were just forced to give us the OLED instead of the 4K edition. That explains the dock. The dock actually can output games in 4K. So Nintendo was headed in that route, but they were forced to not go there because of the work conditions and chip shortages and a whole bunch of stuff. But I do believe that Nintendo does still plan to give us a Nintendo Switch capable of producing 4K resolution and 4K gameplay. Alright, so now it's your turn to tell me what you think down below in the comments with this Nintendo topic discussion of the Nintendo Switch 4K edition possibly coming, and this footage that was captured maybe using that Nintendo Switch 4K edition, or maybe created using a computer, So yeah, that is it for this episode of Nintopic News. If you like this video, please help me up with this thumbs up. You know the thumbs up? You know this thumb right here? That thumb, there's a copy of it down there. If you click on it, YouTube will probably say, hey, look at this. Look at all the hard work that this guy is putting in the YouTube video, and let's go ahead and show it to more people, because, yeah, it'll be swell. Thank you guys for watching. I am Mike Perez with Nintendo Academy, and this was Nintopic News.
Here we go!